Facetious is when you're being funny. Sarcasm is when you're being mean. I figure you're not being mean, so you just have fun.
I don't know what I'm agreeing to here, so I'm not going to answer.
Like facetious would be, it's not really the favorite part of your day, but you're not trying to be mean to me.
It's false.
Right?
It's actually the favorite part of my day.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. It's neither.
Yes.
Very good. All right, here we go. So 30 degrees is a reference, okay? It's a reference angle. So reference angle means the quickest way back to X. X meaning this. And this is why. So we're referencing back to X. So that means if we have this angle is 30, right? If we had this angle was 30 degrees from here, okay? Or this angle, which is 30 degrees from here. And then, so I guess back to would look like this. And back to would look like this, right? And then this angle is, to get back here is 30 degrees, okay? So that's basically what a reference angle is. Is it saying, hey, I need to get back to X. And X is 30 degrees away from it, okay? So there's a lot of possibilities. Now here comes the other thing. We need to know what a positive angle is and what a negative angle is, right? 120 degrees, positive. Positive means I'm going to go up. So 120 means 90 plus 60, right? No. 90 plus 30, right? So that would be 120, right? 90 plus 30. So this is 90 plus 30. So would that have a reference angle of 30? No. So we know it's not this guy. Okay? And then we go to the next one. We go negative 150. Well, I have to know what negative means. And negative means an angle that goes down. And it's weird because this is counterclockwise and clockwise is negative. It's kind of weird, alright? For some reason they decided clocks to go this direction instead of in the positive direction. Our clocks would go this way. Does that make sense? So it's all based on negative angles. So a negative angle, let's use another color. Negative 150. Well, this is 90, right? To get to 150 from 90, I'd have to add 60, right? So that would get me to here. Does that make sense? So does that angle have a reference of 30? Yes, because it's 30 away from X. Okay? So this is true. So does that mean we're done? No. Because, like on the state test, sometimes there will be more than one correct answer. So, just because you found one that's right, doesn't mean you found all of them. Hence the next problem. If we go to 330, again, that's a positive angle, so it's going to go up, right? Well, here's 180, correct? Okay, so we have 180, right? And then this is 270, right? And then we want to get to 330. So how much do I add to 270 to get to 330? 60 degrees, which would bring me to right here, right? Because that would be 60. Does that make sense? Is that an angle that has a reference angle of 30? Yeah, because that's 30 away from 360, right? Okay. So this too has a reference angle of 30. Does that make sense? Reference angles are always positive. It doesn't matter which direction you go. The reference angle is always a positive angle. Does that make sense? Okay? Alright. The next is a coterminal. There's a difference between reference and coterminal, obviously, because that's why they give us two different names, right? Okay? So what is the difference between the two? Okay? And it's really easy. Think of coterminal. When you think of terminating, right? Terminating something, right? That means they have endpoints. Does that make sense? So they have endpoints. Okay? Those endpoints are co. Co meaning two, right? Like we have a co-president, right? A co-captain. That means you got two of them, right? So two terminals, two ends. Two ends means that I have an angle with two ends. So if I start the angle at negative 120, so let's start it with negative is red, right? So let's go red. So we're at negative 120. So here's 90. And 90 plus what is 120? So 90 plus 30 is 120, right? So here's my negative 120 degrees, okay? And if I'm going to co-terminate here, okay? Co-terminate means I'm going to go from here to here.
Oh, all the way around?
To terminate with it. Starting at 0 and going to where it ends. That's a coterminal. That's the basic statement for coterminal. Okay? Now, there are others. Okay? Because if it stops here, then another would be going back to it. Okay? But I'm going to start you with the first definition of coterminal, meaning two ends that meet. Okay? So, what does the blue one have to be? So we know this is 180, right? And then if this is 30, then this has to be 60, right?
So 240.
So 240. So in essence, 240 and negative 120 have the same reference angle, correct? Same reference angle. And that's because they are coterminals. So the coterminal is 240. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Cool.